I have been eyeballing Truman boots for a couple years now, and I finally pulled the trigger. Basically, the color I wanted was in my size, so let's unbox them and see how they look. You like how I blacked out my address here? Like anyone would want to know my address. I don't know. You can never be too careful. So, what I'm looking for here is, I've talked about this in previous videos, but I have to go to a job site about once every, 2 weeks. And I need a boot that can look right on a job site. So what I have been using, actually let me go grab that. I've been using these Thursday boot diplomats because how they look with the wedge sole, I mean, these are not appropriate for a job site, but these will keep the safety guys off me if I'm wearing these around. And I love these boots, but you know, I want to mix it up a little bit. So I finally pulled the trigger on these Truman boots. You already know what color they are because of the thumbnail, but here is the unboxing experience. You get the leather laces, wax round cotton laces, and a nice care card. Very nice. All right, I'm excited and nervous. I've never seen this makeup in real life. I've seen other Truman boots. I've got friends that have them. And to be honest with you, I've always kind of shied away because something about the shape of the boot and the look of the boot has never been my favorite design. But I noticed that it's when they're new, I don't love the design. But whenever I look up a pair that is broken in, it's been used a while, it looks really cool. So let's check these out. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the leather, I mean, that is wild. Is this not the craziest leather you've ever seen in your life? So I think with Truman boots, with of course the Coach Rambler, it is probably one of the most unique leathers that you can buy in just a off-the-shelf application. So I mean, this is wild. I mean, look how dark it is here and how light it is here. I mean, this is really wild, and it's a lot more orange than I expected. So let me grab the other boot. Okay, keep that frame. Right. Okay, very similar. Shot of the sole too. All right, here's a little bit of a better angle. So the laces that they ship with the boot, they're really good, really high quality. And I see why they ship them. I think it kind of ties in the sole to this light colored boot. I have some aftermarket laces, just rawhide, natural. I think they look a little bit better, so I put those in. So that is why I did that. And basically, this is replacing my Iron Rangers. So I purchased 3 pairs of Iron Rangers, and I've used those instead of the Thursdays. So when I'm going to a job site, and I don't do any work in them, I just need to walk around the job site. So I just need to look like I know what I'm doing, right? But I was really hesitant on this color. But it is really spectacular. I mean, this is amazing. This is the most unique boot I think I've seen in person. Honestly, this leather is unbelievable. So this is replacing basically the Iron Ranger, and this is just a better built version of it. And I think it's a really nice boot. I was so hesitant on buying these boots, but I watched Dale from Dale's Leatherworks, and he has some great videos. I'll link his videos reviewing these. They're much better than anything I could do. And they basically convinced me to buy them. So one thing I will note about the difference between Dale's boots and these boots are the eyelets or the hardware, right? So when he got them, they were a polished brass. These are antique brass. I personally like the polish better. I wish they would do that. Now, I knew this is what I was getting, so I'm not disappointed, but I do think the polish looks a little bit better, especially because for me, this is replacing my Iron Rangers, who have the famously high polished hardware sets, if that even makes sense, what I just said there. But yeah, it's a gorgeous boot. If you're kind of new to Truman, I'll just kind of go over the construction real quick here. So you have their proprietary sole, this lug sole. It's inset a little bit, so looks nice from the top down. It is a full leather heel stack, a full veg tan leather midsole, of course, 270-degree welted boot, full leather, and then the leather midsole acts as the leather heel rand. It is, of course, half gusseted. I just laced it, now I gotta pull these out. It is a half gusseted boot, tongue, and then a full veg tan, can you see that? Leather insole, and I really like how, so if you've seen any of my videos, my Goodyear welted shoe journey started with Allen Edmonds. I've had a lot of pairs of Allen Edmonds, and I love how Allen Edmonds has their construction where it's just a leather insole, and there is no like half sock line or anything to get caught up. And this is the same with Truman, so I don't know how they build these without that. Must have to do with that leather midsole, but I really like that. On my White's MP Shermans, sometimes that half leather sock liner will get caught up as I'm taking my my feet out of the shoes. So, and then you've got this amazing CF Stead Coach Rambler leather, which is just unreal. And I'm guessing this is a polarizing leather because of how orange it is. Some people will think it looks amazing. Some people will probably have issues with how unique it looks. I mean, look at this veining. This is unreal. I have never seen anything like that in person, but super solid boot. I'm going to put on a couple different pairs of pants and model these around for you guys who like to see what the on foot looks like, but a really, really good boot. And I'll go over sizing a little bit too. So I'm a 13D on the Brannock, and I got 12s. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about this boot. All right, let's put these on, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about them. Very thick, and one thing that I noticed is there's a liner now. So before there wasn't a liner. I'll have to get up and show you. But now there is this leather liner. So I don't know if that's because people complained or I'm not sure, but now it is very thick. It already was thick, I've heard. But oh, look at that pull up too on that black part. Man, this is insanity. Okay, sorry. One thing, you know, I'm not the best with doing research. I'm kind of like, if I like it, I buy it, find out about it later, which is tough for someone so finicky. But if you know me, you know I'm super finicky, but I don't really care about the minor details. So one thing I couldn't really figure out was what the filler is in these boots. So, perfect. And what I'm talking about is that the layer that the Goodyear welt, that Void makes. So I've seen cobbler videos where it's like a foam, and I've seen cobbler videos who resole these things, and it's like a, you know, it's cork. It's like the traditional cork. So I couldn't find anything on the website that said what these will be. Oh man, these are short. Of course, when I break these in, this will work, but for now, it's gonna be kind of tough. So I'm not sure if it's cork. I think I prefer cork, but I've been told the filler doesn't really matter. I've been told cork is just the cheaper thing. I've been told cork is the most important thing to have as a filler, so I don't really know. So I'm 13D on the Brannick. With Red Wing, I'm a 12. With Alden, with their Berry Last, their True Balance Last, I'm a 12. With Grant Stone, I'm a 12. Basically, whenever they say go down a half size, I go down a full size. And that's because my foot is a little bit narrow. So I'll measure a 13D, but really it could be a 13C too. So I go down a full size with these boots, and these feel perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. And I'm rethinking these leather laces now, because when you're breaking in a new boot, you need something that's a little bit stronger, I think. You're not afraid that you're gonna snap, because these need to close up a little bit. But for the look and for this video, let's just go with it. These feel super overbuilt. I mean, they're very heavy, very thick. Of course, they feel like a cast, and that's what you want, right? You want it to feel like a cast when you first get it, but okay. I did a little cuffing so you can see it. Let's see. So my first impressions of the color are that it's pretty unique. It's pretty orange. It could look like an Oompa Loompa boot, right? But you're gonna just have to rock it, and how this breaks in is gonna be gorgeous. You know, I didn't even talk about the QC. I'll come back to that. Maybe edit it in. All right, you know I'm getting excited about a video when I change the camera angle up a little bit, but you probably don't even notice that. I put on jeans or pants that are more realistic to what I would be wearing these in, because when I am on a job site, I wear my beater pants so that if I do get drywall mud on them or oil and grease on them, I don't really care. So this is more how they'll be styled when I'm working. From this angle, you don't even know that they're a lug sole, which is cool, right? I've had an It's Hide, Alan Edmonds Chelsea boot that had this same style. Awesome. Please tell me, what do you think of this color? I mean, gosh, it's wild. I love the orange. It is a work boot color, right? Like work boot aesthetic, but that you can still bring over the bar. And these things just feel like tanks, man. Like Iron Ranger plus boots, you know, if that makes any sense. All right, here's your top down. This is what you see when you wear the boots. So, of course, there's stiff as bricks right now, but this is kind of the look that you see now. The reason what really sold me on this color is because, you know, I've had the Iron Rangers, the Copper Rough and Tough 8085s, and the Amber Harness 8111s, you know, and after a long time of wearing them, not even oiling them, but just wearing them, they both just turn into the same looking boot. I don't know if this is my only problem, and this is really what I would have wanted out of a Copper Rough and Tough, right? Like a true copper color. So that's why I pulled the trigger. Let's talk a little bit about quality control right now. It's amazing. They really know what they're doing. In Eugene, Oregon, I don't see a single thing out of place. I mean, these are $500 boots, right? They're $480. And just from this initial wear, they're absolutely worth the $480. I mean, you're not getting a bargain unless you get some sort of sale with these, but they are absolutely worth that cost. All right. I don't know if I have anything more to say. I might do some update videos. I mean, there is a lot of stuff online with these. So, yeah, go check out Dale at Dale's Leatherworks. Fantastic YouTube channel about boots. He knows, what is the saying? He will forget more than I'll ever know about boots, right? But look at this. Just look at it. All right, thank you.